record. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Monday morning mastermind call. Michael and Brenda have asked me and also Kimberly to kind of take charge this morning. And so we want to welcome everybody who's here and listening on the replay. So I'm Lulu Hart Bentley, and not Michael and Brenda Sanchez. And Kimberly is there as my co-host today. So we typically start with wins, but Kimberly and I were talking about wins. They're not necessarily, they don't always have to be about us finding a customer, signing somebody up, getting a new member, that type of thing. There's so many different ways to win with this business, whether it's winning back, helping somebody or ourselves win back a customer, collaborating with somebody to help, both of us grow our business and to get more customers and be successful. It could be, just giving of our time to somebody who's new in the business. There's so much to learn that, where do you start sometimes? And so I think just reaching back and helping others, pulling them up, I think is also a way to win. And Kimberly, some thoughts, some other ways that we can classify a win?
I think that when we can connect in such a way that we're able to communicate, to understand, to relate, to encourage. This is a fast-paced microwave age, especially when it comes to communication, text messaging, and all of that. But when we can communicate in such a way that such a unique way that Mailbox Power gives us the ability to do, man, I'm telling you, we really are able to not only just get our point across, but we're able to reach inside somebody and really lift up their day. We are the pattern interrupt because we don't know what people are going through. And so I'm just really excited about this conversation that we're going to have and look forward to everybody just chiming in.
Yeah. Kimberly and I have been collaborating together and trying to bring more churches on board. And so that's kind of what led to this. But let's start. Does anybody have a win for this past week that they'd like to
Alan.
share? Yeah, Alan.
Yeah, I got a couple of them, but it's going to ramble a little bit, so you got to channel me.
Okay, we'll ding you.
I had 2 weeks to figure out how I wanted to use Mailbox Power, among other things. I won't bore you with that stuff. Bottom line, coming from an on-premise, starting in the DOS world to Windows to wherever the heck we are now, and now moving to, I call it iOS, because I'm not ever buying another desktop computer. So I crystallized Mailbox Power. I know who I'd like to approach within the organization to offer my background to improve processes that are in play but not complete, in my opinion. That's my win.
That's great. Anybody else have a win? Actually, I want to just say, talking about processes, like that's something that I think we kind of take for granted, that we have a platform and a process and many different ways to reach out to people. So that's great. And sometimes, it takes a little while for us to marinate and figure out which of those processes we're gonna start with. Sometimes starting is the hard thing. So.
I'll validate that because I got here with all our gear and didn't know that a 5x8 plate glass window on our deck was broken, not shattered, but just broken. And I had to evolve into opening a home, taking care of my health and my wife, and starting a business again, restarting a business again. Processes are vital.
Yeah.
And there's a standard practice that humans should try and engage in with each other and start local.
Yep,
I'm
I
done.
agree.
I'm done.
Okay, anybody else have a win? Well, I had a win. I had a really nice win. One of my customers owns a franchise, a painting franchise, and I've been helping him. He had tried some other avenues of reaching out to his customers and getting new customers and whatnot. Anyway, so he became my customer, and I've been helping him develop some strategies and processes so that when he is looking for customers, when he gets a customer, we have different things in place for him to reach out to everybody he comes in contact with. And he is mentoring a new franchisee in a totally different state. And anyway, that franchisee became my customer. And it was great because I was able to go into his account and take all the cards and everything that we've created that's been successful and just share it with her to help her get jump started. So I consider both of those things a win, and we have that ability, and I think that's not as known as we would like it to be, that you can share things with other people to help them get started or help them reach out so that they can streamline the process.
I
Anybody
think that's
else?
a great thing. I think that's a great thing to note, Lulu. I know with a lot of my clients, I tell them you can peruse all the cards that I've created. And if you see something that resonates with you, I'm happy to share it with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Suzanne.
Yes, good morning. On that note, I was thinking that we were told that we could even share cards that were created by the company as well as whatever we shared, whatever we created. Is that true or not? No, Marie's shaking her head no.
So, that's a question that should be clarified, because my understanding is that if you create a folder of your
Mhm.
favorites, you can share that. But I don't know if that includes cards that are from the design store. I know, like, I have a lot of them from the design store, but I've tweaked them and changed them and
Mhm.
edited them.
Right,
And
me
so,
too.
yeah, so I think anybody on the call that knows the answer to that?
I think it probably relates to who owns the license to that image. Just with my legal background, and I can confirm that with a patent attorney who's a client of mine.
Mhm.
So if you go and grab a cool sticker at any retail organization, any retail outlet, it's a cool sticker. It's a great image to create a card with, and you turn it over. There's rarely any information about who owns that image. I'm inclined to think, too bad they didn't trademark it officially, but I'm not going to violate that because I know somebody who'll tell me the answer and I can behave correctly in the community.
Well, we'll have to find out.
I can find out, not today.
Yeah, well, I think we should. I mean, we can just ask customer service
Yeah.
about that. Any other wins for the week? Okay, so we talk about wins a lot, but one of the things that I was thinking about is win back. And I just came across something, I guess I had saved it from Mailbox Power a while ago, a win back strategy. Sometimes we lose touch with people. Sometimes, things go sideways. Does anybody have experience with winning somebody back or creating a strategy for doing that or helping a customer do that? Alan?
I'm still working on that,
Oh,
Lulu.
oh,
I I recruited a realtor in the pro account, and she gave me some referrals. And here's the thing that I did wrong. I waited until they got the package. And I remember Brenda saying, you never wait until they get the package. And I did, and I got real busy, and then I had a death in the family, and then time went by. And so now I'm trying to win the referral back as far as getting with them and getting their time, because now they're really busy. If they open the package, they forgot about it, you know. So I'm trying to get their attention again and see, you know, get some communication going. So
And that was a package, like a card and brownies type of thing?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
and then you just never followed up.
Well, I did, but it was late.
Yeah.
So it was so late that I haven't really gotten, they're just so busy, they haven't really replied back.
So what are some, oh, Neil's got his hand raised.
I think I've used this example before, but it has given me I got three win backs, as you called them. So what I had done, I sent my customer a gift. But before I sent the gift, I sent a gift from the outside of Mailbox Power, okay? Before they got that, I sent them a Mailbox Power with a gift in it. And all I said to them was, you know, hey, thanks for the business throughout the years. I really appreciate it. I think it was you've been amazing. You know, that card, you've been amazing.
I love that card.
Sent them jelly beans. And then probably a couple of days later, the package came. And two of those called me. And the third one, I called them. And so I won them back, all with orders. Actually, one of them was with a quote. I did not get the order yet, so, but it well paid. So, okay.
That's great. And these were people that had been doing business with you for a long time, and they just dropped off the radar, or?
Yeah, that's how I remember it. I'm driving now, so I can't.
You know, it's okay. Don't concentrate on the road. Well, there's lots of ways that we lose touch with people, even with our amazing system. I mean, it's sometimes we just, like Kimberly, you know, she meant to follow up, and then she got busy, and then they got busy, and things happen. But I think that it's something to definitely keep in mind and concentrate on, is following up with people and trying to win them back.
The cool thing is that we can do any of the above with our platform. Just learn how to use it.
So speaking of that, does anybody have any particular features of Mailbox Power that they use that maybe people don't know so much about?
Custom
Alan,
fields.
you've been gone. You're fired
How
up
to use
today.
custom fields.
What?
Am I on mute? No. How to
No.
use custom fields best.
Oh,
I know Laura Rector rips a database apart and imports files. I don't need to be that drastic, but I like to store an image of that setup so I could reuse it and test my processes. That's a consultant for an on-premise application who doesn't know how to do it in the cloud.
Okay, I'm lost.
I'll teach you. And yes, it spans 35 years of my career.
Well, I know one thing I would love to learn more about is really how to really use the merge fields. I don't know if there's any expert in that, but that would be a great thing for me to learn.
That would be a good one, a training on here sometime.
I think so, because there's so many, and I get nervous, like, you know.
Yeah, so do I. I'm with you. I think it would be a great training for here. And to your question, Lulu, I think the dynamic QR codes, I don't think when I show that to people, it's like a little unknown secret, little golden nugget. And when you can show that to somebody, it's really powerful. And I always ask, we have these two types of memberships, and how important is it for you to have this layer of technology?
Yeah. I did one of my customers is a Chamber of Commerce, and they sent out a postcard
Hmm.
with a dynamic QR code to sign up for an event that we're having, and they've already gotten several scans,
Oh,
and
sure.
not just, okay, you got 5 scans, you know who scanned it,
Right. That's the key right there.
and
Yeah.
and that is the key. Um, anybody else have some secret weapon features of Mailbox Power that they would like to share?
Lulu, I love the text bubbles. When
Oh,
I can take a personal picture of somebody and put a text bubble, it all of a sudden it changes it. It makes it really funny. It makes it just their picture isn't enough, but that text bubble and what I can put in that thing to say
I
it just
forgot about the text bubble.
I use them a lot.
I totally forgot.
That's the funny in the funny bone for sure.
I use the nudge feature all the time when I'm trying, because I've got a, well, now you're reminding me about text bubbles, but I generally put a lot of words and I overlap. I'll take maybe a phrase, I'll type something in and I'll do it in white, and then I'll type the same thing in. I'll copy and paste the box and type it in again and just change the color and move it a little bit so it makes like a 3D effect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Maybe we should have a training on some of the ways people use, because I don't create my cards in anything but Mailbox Power.
Me too.
I don't use
Well,
Canva.
Now, what
But
nudge?
what?
What you said, a nudge? What is a nudge?
So Brenda taught us the nudge button long time ago. And so sometimes you're trying to get the text or a picture into a specific spot, and sometimes you hit, the transform button, and but it goes too far or whatever. You can use your up and down keys. On my computer, they're on the bottom right corner, the page up, page down, and the right and left arrow. You can actually click on the picture or the text and use those to it nudges it.
yes, it's wonderful.
It is.
I need to
So,
learn that.
I could probably show you guys.
I need to learn the mobile app or whatever the heck it is that ends up on your phone and is not an app for Mailbox
It's not an
Power.
app, it's a mobile website, and I use it, but many times I'll just start something in there if I'm thinking about it, and then I'll finish it on my computer.
So I need to learn that on my iPad is what you're telling me instead of my darn phone.
Yeah, unless it's already created. I've sent cards from my phone all the time, but if it's something that I'm tweaking or adding a picture or whatever, I will just do it on the app or on the mobile website, and then I'll finish it on my computer so that I can actually see it, because my eyes.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Yeah, so there's that. Anybody else have any little
Lulu,
secrets?
I just real quick to follow up on that. Remember way back when we were able to send, take a picture and do a card right on our phone? Is that still available? Because I haven't tried it for years, but do you know what I'm talking about? Marie, you know what I'm talking about?
That was back in banner season days.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's not
Yeah.
something we can do. It was Pearl or somebody like that we could
Oh,
do that.
I do remember that.
I don't know why that went away, because that was really kind of handy.
I totally forgot about that.
Mhm.
Marie, you've got to have some secrets, some little tricks and.
I've been
things.
gone for 2.5 weeks and I'm like,
Oh,
afraid
no.
of getting back. Yeah. So sorry, but every time you've mentioned the nudge and the text bubble, all of those things, it's like, yeah, I love those.
Does
But
that include the business cards, the ability to print a card on demand for 12 of them or 25 of them? We used to have that. That must have been a banner season, I think. I don't know.
Wait a minute, print.
I don't remember that.
We used to be able to print controlled supplies of business cards, so you didn't have to print 250 or 500. You know, you within Mailbox Power, or maybe it was Banner Season, that option was available.
I don't remember
At
that.
one point,
I
I
remember
thought
business
I
cards,
could
but
be
I don't,
wrong.
I don't remember a limited number or a different number.
Okay, so maybe it was 100 or 250, but the point is you could on demand. Well, that's the wrong solution too. You don't want to leave all that paper around. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, you can send cards to yourself, and you can send a whole bunch to yourself just by hitting the plus sign when you from the cart.
Right. Or
Sometimes
you could use
people want to.
LinkedIn. You could use LinkedIn better and capture that stuff, type of data
Well,
too.
I don't know. We're talking about Mailbox Power, so I don't
Yeah,
know about
sorry.
LinkedIn. Kimberly.
Sometimes we get stuck doing the same thing in Mailbox Power and we forget. There are certificates, there's a certificate holder. So many people are graduating now. And the box, the little paper box where you can put pictures on them. I mean, there's so many different ways to appreciate, to celebrate, and to thank people. And I think if we can go outside of just the card, in addition to the card, we really can go next level in the presentation of everything. Because if you know, and here's the thing too, people have wonderful pictures that are all in their phone. They can't look at those pictures all, they forget, because out of sight, out of mind. When we can take something like the gigagram and put pictures in for a graduation or a wedding or something like that, we just gave them something that even the photographer that took the pictures can't give them. And they have lots of beautiful pictures in their phone, but I'm telling you, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
And memories are so precious. We have the ability to ignite the memory and to have it so that somebody can keep it on their desk or keep it on their, stick ups. Love stick ups.
yeah.
There's so many other things that we can put together and create our own unique package with wonderful presentation to make an impact.
Absolutely. And it goes back to what we were saying at the very beginning. Is like, most of us, or at least I, work with small to medium-sized businesses. They don't have a huge budget or a ton of time or somebody dedicated to their advertising, whatever. So this is a way for them to reach out and actually not just present themselves as a business, but that there's humans behind the business that care about them, that care about their customers, that care about the things that happen to them in their life. I always supply my new customers with, a couple of sympathy cards, baby cards, congratulations cards, wedding, all that kind of thing that, and pet sympathy too, that help them, that help them to really build those relationships and create legacy customers and clients. And so it's not just the people today, but their extended family, their children, that we can keep those people in our family and create more of that kind of family atmosphere. That's what I try to impart on my customers. It's like, this gives you an edge that a big business just can't do. They cannot reach out and touch their customers in their heart the way we can. And to me, that's a huge win to be able to do that.
It's crazy. This is Suzanne again. It just dawned on me. I had a dream about Mailbox Power last night. And
Wow.
the little snowflake medallion things you can put pictures on and so forth. I was collecting names and pictures of everybody, and they kept saying, "Why do you want that? Why do you want that?" And I said, just wait, I'm gonna make something special. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, now I'm dreaming about it.
That's a sign.
I know, that's a sign.
I think you're in.
So I listened to the replay from last week,
Mhm.
and Brenda and Michael talked about listening to the book, the Be the One. And I'd never heard of Justin Prince or the book, so I looked him up, and I saw that he has a great podcast and he was interviewing various people. So this particular interview was with Jeff Stewart, who is a Keller Williams, very successful Keller Williams agent out of Asheville, North Carolina. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you this brief story. He received from a young 17-year-old kid a letter of appreciation, telling him, how much he looked up to him as a CEO of a company and what he'd learned from him, etc. And so he sent the young man, 17 years old, a Mont Blanc pen engraved with his initials in it and a card. And so anyway, that's what they were discussing, is like, be unforgettable, from John C. Maxwell. And what the other guy said, he said, that's just amazing that you took the time to do that. He said, some people would get the idea to do it, but then, and maybe even go and buy the pen. But then, gosh, you got to go and have it engraved, and then you have to find, to package it up, and then you got to go to the post office. He says most people will never, they might have the idea, but they'll never fulfill that idea because of all of, so it was just a perfect commercial, if you will, for Mailbox Power. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that since Brenda and Michael talked about listening to that book. So his interviews, Justin Prince, on his podcast, and I'm not sure I know the name of the podcast. I don't know it, but he has these various interviews, and this particular one was with Jeff Stewart. So it was good.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
How is that last name spelled, please?
Jeff Stewart, Stewart.
And that was Jeff, right? First name?
Jeff is the first name. He's a realtor out of Asheville, North Carolina. And the person doing the interviewing was Justin Prince, Prince, and he is the author of the book, Be the One.
love that. That's
Cool. Thank you.
that's why we're all here. And, it lights me up to help other people, to help my customers be able to be the one, like to be that company, be that person, to make a difference in somebody's life. Suzanne, you have your hand up.
Yes, I have a friend who is the head. She started with her sisters a network called Women's Prosperity Network, and she's written a book. Her name is Nancy Matthews, and she's written a book called Be the One, or the One Philosophy, I should say. And it is excellent, and it really it goes on to talk about pretty much the same thing that Mr. Prince had done also, or talked about, is just being there and being the one, and whenever anything comes up, if you can help, do it, so anyway, I wanted to be able to talk about her book too, because it is excellent.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And any other thoughts? It's 11:30. Anybody else have anything to add?
Just want to thank you, Lulu, for leading the call. I know that when we leap out of our comfort zone, it's not easy, but I'll tell you, you have a point of reference now, and so you will never have to do the first again, ever, because you've done it today, and you've done marvelous. You've done a marvelous job, and we just appreciate you.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And it is out of my comfort zone. I like to participate. I'm not necessarily the one that likes to lead, but I would do anything for Michael and Brenda Sanchez, because they have helped me so much, not just in my Mailbox Power business, but they're just good friends. And I cannot wait to see them again I did meet them when they came here to Pennsylvania a couple
Mhm.
months ago. But look forward to seeing them and other people in August out in Utah. But I appreciate every one of you, and I appreciate all the input and support. And Kimberly, I really appreciate you.
Have a great week, everyone.
And I really appreciate Kimberly because she lit my fire to get my business going. So
Yes.
what is my responsibility to give back to this group? Please
That's right.
tell me, and I'll try to deliver.
Well, check the Mailbox Power affiliate Facebook page, because there are new people joining us all the time, and I think it's, at least for me, I feel like I've gained so much that I just want to keep reaching back and pull everybody else up and help whoever I can help. So I did reach out to somebody who was new in the group, and I have a Zoom with
So
her
I'm in
tomorrow.
the bullpen to help in that regard, but I also like to be in the think tank for what's coming down the road.
Yeah. Well, I
Yes.
think that's a great place to be, like, let's just really all work on helping and collaborating and working together and helping each other be successful.
Together we're better.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Bye,
Thank
y'all.
you. Have a great
Bye-bye.
day.